Hello there, my name's Eladrian, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial with your favorite cardigan-wearing Minecraft character. And in today's Minecraft Bedrock tutorial, I have for you a very simple, resource-light, easy-to-build gold farm for your Minecraft Bedrock 1.19 world. This farm is incredibly simple to build, doesn't require a lot of resources, and will very quickly get you a ton of gold and also rotten flesh that you can use to trade with clerics or any other type of villager trading hall that you may have set up. And as you can see here, after just a couple minutes, we have nearly filled up this entire hopper filled with gold and rotten flesh. And as always, before we get started with the tutorial, let's talk a little bit about how this farm works and what its mechanics are. And as you can see here, we are abusing some Minecraft mechanics and having a little bit of a cursed portal going on here. But the high level overview of how this works is that on hard mode, there is a 1 in 666 chance, ooh, that's a curse number 2, that a portal, when it's ticked on, will spawn a zombie piglin. So we can abuse this mechanic and also conveniently bypass the mob cap for how many zombie pigmen we can have in our farm at any given point in time to tick a portal on and off repeatedly as quickly as we are able to have mobs spawn, drop down a simple little kill shoot, and fall to their death where we can collect all of their resources. And with the maximum 23 by 23 size portal that we have created, we are also maximizing our chances that a zombie pigman will spawn in this area and be spit out for us. And the redstone to make this little contraption work is incredibly simple. We simply have a clock hooked up to a dispenser that will output powdered snow from a bucket. We can toggle that on and on with this switch right here to control this whole circuit. And then we simply shoot up a observer chain that triggers some lava ticking, which then also tries to ignite these trapdoors that we have here. Turn that off. You can see these are just trapdoors that lava won't be able to burn, but it tries to tick into that, which causes fire to spread and also causes this portal to subsequently light. Overall, this is a very simple, very compact build that you can make over any ocean biome or frankly anywhere because it bypasses the mob cap, and it will generate a ton of gold for you very, very quickly that you can transform into gold bars and even gold blocks. Now, to get started with this farm, the first thing that you're going to want to do is find yourself an ocean biome. And the reason we're wanting to find an ocean biome is because even though this farm bypasses the mob cap for mobs that can be generated, it is still subject to the global mob cap, which means in order to maximize our rates, we need to have it in a place that is going to not produce a lot of mobs, such as cows or pigs or chickens or even hostile mobs that may spawn out here in the forest. So find yourself a nice cozy ocean, go ahead and dive all the way down and build yourself a pillar up all the way from the ground to about 10 or 15 so blocks high. We're just going to do this so we have this slightly elevated, and then you can knock out all of these blocks down here. Once you have your platform in place, you're going to want to place 4 hoppers in a ring-like fashion and then have the final hopper either pointed down or to the outside of the farm so that you can tie it into a separate collection system. While I won't be going over how to build a item sorter in this tutorial, you're welcome to search any of my other videos for details on how to do that, or use your own for a design that you're comfortable with. Once you have these hoppers in place, you're going to want to place down carpets of any kind. I'm using moss carpets here. It doesn't really matter what color they are or if they're a moss carpet. And then on the sides of this, we're going to create a death chute for all of our mobs to fall down in. So go ahead and place a ring around this. I like using glass because it lets me see in the farm and see how my farm is doing. You don't need these corner blocks. And then you're just going to build up 35 blocks on top of this ring here, and you're going to do that and repeat that process for all 8 blocks that we have in our circle. Once we have our center platform built, you're going to want to extend out 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat the same on this side on the second row. We're also going to extend out 1 more block and then ladder up, and then repeat that process on this side as well. Then we're gonna go back over and then extend this out another few blocks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and then we're going to build up as so. Repeat that process on the exact same side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, build on top there, and then we're going to enclose this area off with glass blocks or any other type of building block of your choice. You want to glass this off because our next objective will be to place a water stream inside of each of these canals that will enable us to filter any of the mobs that come out of our farm down into this channel and into our falling death kill chamber. Go ahead and just finish this out here, and then go ahead and fill that in on the back and the front. In this spot right in the middle, just to make sure we don't have any weird things happening with our water, go ahead and grab a button, pop it right here in these two spots, and then you can grab yourself a bucket of water and place it in these corner sections over here. You should see that water flow all the way down and then reach that button and not flow any further. And then repeat that process for the other side, and now you have a water channel to flow and route all of your mobs to. Our next step in building this farm is to build our nether portal, and due to the way that mobs come out of nether portal, you're going to want to make sure that this portal is built on the west side of the farm. You know it's the west side because the sun sets in the west and rises in the east. So just make sure you're facing the sun when you're building it, and we're going to extend our obsidian blocks all the way over on both sides, 2 blocks over, and then tower up a total of 21 blocks. Once you have 21 blocks in place, we're just going to complete our nether portal frame, go all the way over, and if you have trouble getting that lined up, you can just always knock out any of those additional blocks, just like so. Once you have this nether portal in place, it's really important that you grab yourself some flint and steel and just double check that your portal lights. If your portal does this where it does not light, that means you have your portal just 1 block or 2 too high. So you can just go ahead and knock out that top row of obsidian up here and then drop this down 1 more block to recomplete this frame. As always, you don't need those corner blocks, but again, make sure you test that your nether portal can be lit, because getting this adjusted later is a little bit frustrating. And as you can see, that works pretty much just right out of the bat. So our next step in getting this all completed and working is to break this portal frame so it's not in our way, and begin construction of our ticking mechanism that will spawn in all of our zombie pigmen. So first, build up 3 blocks over to the back on the west side and place in a single dispenser. Once you have that dispenser in place, you're going to want to place in a bucket of powdered snow into that dispenser. This will break our portal frame when it is ejected and allow us to toggle this portal on and off. Once you have that in place, you can go ahead and just build a wall 3 blocks high directly beneath this dispenser. This is just to help force mobs onto the other side. This isn't strictly necessary because mobs coming out of the portal will always spawn on the east side of the portal, but it is very convenient to have it just in case. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab some trapdoors and place them down here to help encourage any mobs that come through our portal to fall through. Here, I'm using the ever so beautiful and new mangrove trapdoors. So if you haven't used these in a project, I strongly encourage you to, because they look fantastic. Next, we're going to go ahead and wall this in just to make sure that none of our zombie pigmen that spawn try to jump the gap and fall into their death another way. And then back here, we're going to build a simple redstone clock. The clock that we are building in this farm is very straightforward. You just need to make this V pattern and then also drop down 1 block over here to the right. Once you have this almost X pattern, actually a Y pattern in place, you can go ahead and place a lever. I'll lock that in so it's off. Place a repeater on 0 ticks. Place a dab of redstone dust right here on this spare block, and then a redstone torch on the other side. When you flip this on and off, it will toggle this dispenser to toggle on and off, dispensing its snow and breaking our portal. With our redstone clock now in place, we're going to want to wrap around this portal frame with any type of block, then place down 1 sticky piston facing up. You can go ahead and knock that block out from underneath it. Then we're going to place an observer with the dot facing to the outside of the farm, 1 block on top, and then we're going to take another 4 observers and tile them outward with the dot facing the other way. Then we can knock out that temporary block there. We are going to wrap this entire contraption that we've built in any type of block on every single side. Then we're going to build up one more layer here as shown in this little clip. Then we're going to take our trapdoors. Again, I'm using the brand new mangrove trapdoors and place them down here and flip them up. Make sure that they are facing towards the nether portal so that they cannot catch on fire. And then we're going to align this entire top section with some more blocks. And before configuring our portal to be lit, we need to trigger an activator mechanism for both our dispenser and also our observers. So we're going to place a target block to the left of this, align this whole area with redstone dust, place a repeater right here, and then we should be good to go. And as you can see here, this should fire up and down, and our powdered snow block should also fire. Before you do anything else, then drop a lava bucket on top of that and then move this to 4 ticks and your portal should light. And after a few seconds, you should see your portal start to tick on and off. This portal is incredibly cursed. Sometimes it will show up, sometimes it won't show up, sometimes only part of it will show up, but it is ticking every single time. So if you are the type of person who needs to see things visually, you can always adjust that clock on the back to 1 tick out. That will help make this a little bit visual. It depends on your world and your realm, what the type of lag is. If you get to a point where that is pulsing on and off, you've probably gone too far and no amount of repeating is going to ultimately help that. So don't try to extend that anymore and either set it to 0 ticks or 1 tick. Once everything is in place, your farm should be looking a little something like this, and you should see this portal ticking on and off with no problems whatsoever, and zombified piglins spawning at a rather ridiculous rate. This will not produce a zombie piglin every single time it ticks on and off, but it will produce it, I'd say, 80 to 90% of the time that it's ticking, and when it does, it will generally produce 2 to 3. Sometimes it won't generate any, as you've seen here, but then the next time it ticks, you'll have a whole bunch more zombie pigmen spawning. These will flow into this chamber and then down to their demise, where their loot and other goodies will be collected. While this farm is very efficient for what it does, there are additional ways that you can spawn more zombie pigmen and get more experience and loot out of all your items. The first way that you can do to make more items and zombified pigmen come out is to simply add more portal frames here in the back every 2 or 3 blocks away, hook them up to your ticking and fire mechanism, and then have them all run off the same circuit. That will give you more opportunities to spawn more zombified piglins, which then you can just flush with a water stream down into your main channel here. Additionally, down here at the bottom of the farm, you could also add a trident killer. So rather than having your mobs fall to their deaths, you could collect them with a trident killer and a looting 3 sword, and also get XP and a bunch of swords that you could melt down into ingots as well. So there you have it, a very simple gold farm for your Minecraft 1.19 world. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.